All white dingoes. This battle decides it all. The Xeon rear line units are still assembling. We have no idea when those HLVs will launch, so there's no margin for error. Let's start off by breaking into the base. The sections of the HLVs exposed above ground are fully armored, so an attack from the air will have little or no effect on them. The most efficient way to prevent them from launching is to destroy the booster units that are housed underneath them. It may be too difficult for our air units to stop them from above. Our ground forces will be invaluable in carrying out this dangerous mission. What you'll do is, separately from the air units, sneak into the base by way of an HLV maintenance corridor and launch an attack from within the compound. Once inside, you'll have to depend upon your own instincts to find the boosters. If at any time there's a threat that the boosters may be detonated, evacuate the area immediately. Even the sturdy mobile suits wouldn't be able to survive the blast. There's a distinct chance that you will run into the remaining enemy defense forces. They have the advantage of knowing the layout of the compound, so be ready for anything. Rare, Leon, Mike, Anita, I'm sorry for putting you in this position. I just have one more selfish request to make. All of you, please come back in one piece. That is all.
Lieutenant Rare, it's almost time.
Lieutenant, the final battle has begun. Let's give this all we've got.
Guys, you're gonna wear yourselves out with all this cheerleading. Relax, relax. Lieutenant, let's go out for a couple of drinks once we finish things here.
Finally, your last battle. Give it all you got. There's no time to equip you properly, so be sure to take out the GM Sniper 3. Get everyone transferred over. Captain Stanley's worked hard to convince Jabrow to give us full support. His efforts even drove me to push myself harder, too. But listen, come back in one piece. Promise me that. What you're looking at is the RGM-79SP, GM Sniper Custom 2. This is a special, low-production run unit that was designed for ace pilots. While they originally designed it for sniping, it takes the basic GM design to its ultimate performance limit. If I had to pick a suit to take, this would be the one. Okay, how about a shield? Lieutenant Ray. All right, now that you've finished equipping your suit, you're all ready to get out there and face your next sortie. See you, Lieutenant Ray. Got my fingers crossed for you.
Reentry systems, all green. We have an intruder. All hands, brace for the shock.
Enemy mobile.
We still need more time before we launch number 2 and 3.
Please intercept.
Main booster, nominal.
Mission start.
I'm reading movement. Orbital patrol. Ahead of area mission. All systems go. Boosters 1 through 6 are in the green. Boosters on the rise again. Damn! One of them's launched.
There's no way we can attack it from here. Let's just try to prevent the other two from taking off, you understand?
Damn!
It's a high-output beam cannon. All units alert! Fang 2, are you still able to fight?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
So, one of them launched safely. However, I don't think they'll let us get away with that so easily from here on.
Lieutenant Bish, we never expected the defense fortification to fall so quickly.
With those guys attacking us, I'd say it was inevitable. I've lost a lot of good men, even a place to go home to. God, what a nightmare. I'll take care of them. You handle the cannon fodder on the rear line.
Aye, aye, sir. This is our last stand. Let's see how many of them we can take down. Federal Forces Special Unit Commander. Or rather, Fetty Ace. If I have your permission.
I know you're listening. This is Zeon Lieutenant Vish Donahue. I'm thankful that God has willed this last fight to be with you. Let's do it!
I'll run a check on it. No data. We have a very large and powerful mobile weapon here. All units stay alert. Don't get so far ahead of us! Rank 2, what's wrong? This isn't like you.
I just looked away for a second.
Rank 2, you're taking a lot of damage. Be careful.
I know that. I can still do this. Lieutenant Vish, I'm sorry. Zeon! You all fought well. This means that I'm the only one left.
Bang 1, you're heavily damaged. Be careful.
Too easy. What's the matter, Fetty Ace? This is Fang 2. Can't stay in the fight. Bailing out.
Pilot's escape is affirmative. Leon is okay.
So, here's where my luck runs out. Is that it? Fetty Ace, can you read me? I have one last request, if you'll allow me. The soldiers who evacuated from the HLV, they're mostly cadets, just kids. Please, don't let them die needlessly. They were just following orders.
White Dingoes, reinforcements have arrived. All units stopping HLVs from lifting off is top priority.
Sir, rear line units starting to break through. What do you suggest we do? One of our units has definitely been hit.
Fang 3, roger that.
Lieutenant, coded message from Wombat. It says the objective's to the west. The HLV's launched.
Main
Skies
booster,
opened up before
ignition
all these
start.
guns. Let's not worry about the
3,
external damage. What do you
2,
think? Over.
1.
Confirming data.
Ignition.
You're okay. Let the movement systems.
Engine output on the center HLV is dropping. Looks like it's having some trouble. Confirmed, HLV has been destroyed.
Enemy base, out of action. The battle's over, sir.
So, 2 HLVs made it up there. I hope the orbital fleet can take them out.
Well, it didn't turn out quite like we hoped, but we did what we could. Phew, man, I'm really beat. Hey, Leon, how about asking headquarters to get us excused from any mop-up operations they got in mind?
Sounds good to me. Lieutenant, why don't you try asking Captain Stanley about that, too? He might go for it.
Hang on, guys. What do you say, Lieutenant? I don't know, but it sounds like a pretty good idea to me. I'd go for it.
At 1500 hours on January 1, UC 0080, a ceasefire was signed between the Earth Federation government and the Republic of Zeon. Ground troops and air fleet on both sides are withdrawing as I speak. We will no doubt be feeling the effects of this war for decades to come. How the world will change from now on is something we won't entirely know for a long time, but I believe a day will come when all of mankind, Earthnoid and Spacenoid, will finally be able to live together in harmony. And as we dream of that day, let us say a prayer that the souls of all those who died in this war will find everlasting peace.
Concurrently with the attack on Huondan Base, which was the final Australian counteroffensive, Zeon forces hidden in the continent's central frontier region escaped to Africa by way of Broome on the continent's west coast. The federal forces sent troops to intercept the renegade group, but were unable to stop them.
The Staircase of the Moon that Zeon Captain Walter spoke of in his broadcast was a name coined centuries ago by area fishermen in reference to a specific natural phenomenon. Refers to how moonlight, reflected on the ocean, as seen from the shores of Broome, forms the natural image of a staircase. This was the code name adopted by the Zeon for the mission, and in fact, the exact location of their rendezvous point before their escape. With our forces concentrated in northern, southern, and eastern sections of the continent, our battle lines were stretched too thin and a gap formed in them. This made it quite easy for the Zeon forces to slip into the central area which we had occupied earlier. So while we were off waging combat along other fronts, we were completely taken in by Walter's brilliant maneuver. Unfortunately, the one HLV which was launched from Huondan avoided our orbital patrol fleet. Apparently, after being launched, it immediately re-entered the atmosphere before coming into firing range. It then landed in Africa, and I assume it carried supplies for the troops who escaped from Broome. In spite of the fact that they are our enemies, I can't help but admire their bravery. With the situation hopeless, the Zeon forces had to consider their dwindling options. Rather than return to their homes in space, they instead chose to remain on Earth and await the day they can regroup and rise again. And I should also mention that the successful escape was due to the existence of the transport unit carrying the Astaroth, a major threat to the Federation. The units transporting the Astaroth acted on their own because they thought it was the only weapon needed to win the war. Their activities were seemingly unrelated to any of the other Zeon troops here on the continent. The surprise interference of some unexpected third party threw the Federal forces into chaos and provided a temporary distraction for the Zeon. However, let's take a moment to talk about a unit on our own side, which deserves special praise for its meritorious service. The HLV brought down by the White Dingo Special Forces unit was discovered to have contained all the remaining samples of Astaroth. Due to their actions, the entire Earth was saved from a terrible threat. Their performance on this and other missions has been nothing short of spectacular, and I request that their feats in battle be formally recognized. Additionally, I have just received notice that they're requesting extended R&R leave. Please look into expediting this as well. Their contribution to the Federation and its people was invaluable. Let's show our appreciation.
January UC 0080. An armistice was signed between the Earth Federation government and the Republic of Zeon. However, Zeon forces are still scattered across the Earth, posing a threat to world peace. The war on this level would continue for a long time to come.